What is causing the debt explosion? Next time you hear a politician or a presidential candidate say their plan to tackle the deficit is to get rid of waste, fraud, or abuse, you should translate it in your head into its true meaning, which is, I don't really have a plan. Americans might imagine that government wastes most of our tax money on useless programs and things they don't like. But the biggest driver of our national debt are things Americans like the most: entitlement programs like Social Security and Medicare, and tax cuts. Washington has two kinds of spending: mandatory and discretionary. Discretionary spending is what Congress fights over every year when it is debating the budget for priorities like education, defense, and the environment. This only accounts for 31% of all federal spending. Mandatory spending includes programs like Social Security, Medicare, and interest payments on the debt, and refers to ongoing obligations the government is legally required to pay every year. It takes up 69% of the budget, and it is basically on autopilot, with its share growing each year. As for tax cuts, many supporters of the 2017 tax reform said it would not only pay for itself, but in fact create additional revenue for the government. They were wrong. Last year's federal deficit was $200 billion higher than it would have been without the tax cuts. And the Congressional Budget Office, CBO, recently estimated that the law would add $1.9 trillion to the national debt through 2027. To learn more about the debt explosion, click the link to our book in the info below.